Assalamu alaikum, hello viewers. Today I'm going to talk about most interesting some idiom phrases will be better to use in language. So those who are interested to use in the phrases in the language who must be glad to know the phrases that what phrases I'm going to talk about. So let's start. Okay, better better have, and number two, the curtain lecture. Curtain lecture. Number three, slow pose, slow pose, slow pose, slow pose. Okay. And number four must be maiden speech, maiden speech, maiden speech, maiden speech, maiden speech, maiden speech. So the number five, no love lost, no love lost, no love lost, no love lost, no love lost. So these are and mostly interesting and important idiom phrases that are used in English language to make the language so strong. And if you have any public session for making speech, you must use these types of phrases in your languages at the time you feel better when you speak in English by these phrases. Okay, so I have to make a meaning. Just what way these types of idiom phrases make the meaning. Just I'm going to start. Okay, must have sharp look at the board. Okay, just I'm going to talk. Uh, better half, better half. This is much more important and essential and very interesting if you know the meaning. And those who are knowing the meaning maybe and are introduced with this phrase. Someone may be introduced with this phrase, and also someone are not introduced with this phrases with this phrase. Okay, so better half, how can we the better half express meaning. Okay, better half means wife, better half means wife. So because of wife, this phrase has been very interesting in English language. On instead of wife we can use better half, better half. And someone says I have a wife, I have to go to home, I have to go to market for shopping, but instead of better half, those who have wife, they must use better half. They can say I have better half, I have to take a lot of responsibility in my family, for my family, because I have a better half, I have a better half. Okay, I have to control my better half, I have to check my better half in many cases, because it's very dangerous when I'm out from home or residence where I live. Just so better half means wife, অর্থাৎ স্ত্রী. Better half means স্ত্রী. So instead of wife we can use better half. So if you use the better half in the language will be so strong and beneficial to the public session. The public will be so interested to know the better half. Okay, the next phrase is curtain lecture. Curtain lecture. How does the curtain lecture mean? So let's start to know the meaning of curtain lecture. Curtain lecture means the suggestion অর্থাৎ suggestion of wife. So how can you understand these from this writing? Just curtain lecture means suggestion of wife, অর্থাৎ স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ, অর্থাৎ স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ, স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ, স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ. So curtain lecture means suggestion of wife, স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ. So this phrase is totally exceptional in the field of meaning. Just we cannot think about, you cannot imagine that these way the idiom phrase express the meaning, the suggestion of wife. So sometimes we are sharing with our friends that we have to listen your wife's suggestion, but instead of suggestion of wife we must use the curtain lecture. Curtain lecture. So we can say we have to hear curtain lecture, we have to maintain curtain lecture, so our life will be so happy, our lives will be so comfortable if you listen our curtain lecture. So we can make a lot of sentences by the use of curtain lecture. So if you use the curtain lecture in the sentence, it will be very remarkable in the English language, the part of English language. So curtain lecture means suggestion of wife, that স্ত্রীর পরামর্শ. The next word, slow pose. Slow pose. slow course. It is very interesting and essential word. It's essential phrase. But instead these types of phrase, we are using a lot of word. Suppose when we speak with our friend, we are accustomed to use a common word, but we cannot remember any hard word or phrase in when we speak in English. So we have to remember and have to learn. Okay, let's start to make a meaning of slow course. Slow course means lazy man. Lazy man. So those who are student and those who are loving English, who must know the meaning of slow course. Slow course means lazy man. So what does it mean by lazy man? We all know lazy man means অলস ব্যক্তি. অলস ব্যক্তি. অলস ব্যক্তি. Slow course means অলস ব্যক্তি. Slow course, lazy man. Lazy man means অলস ব্যক্তি. So that's why that's case that slow course means lazy man. So sometimes we are saying with our friends and colleagues that if someone is not active in the work, who cannot work at all, and he is always lagging behind from his own condition. So in this case, we are sharing with our friends that I have seen a lazy man, because he cannot work, he cannot earn money, he cannot study well, he get lower marks in the exam, so he is lazy. So but instead of lazy, you can use slow course. Do you know a slow course? Because he is not active. I have seen a man in the market, and I have seen his working and performance, because he's very slow, he cannot work well, and he cannot earn a lot of money, he cannot satisfy his boss, because he is a slow course. He is a slow course. Slow course. So instead of lazy man, we can use slow course. Slow course means অলস ব্যক্তি, অর্থাৎ lazy man. Okay, the next word, maiden speech. Maiden speech. Maiden speech is another and most essential idiom phrase, which will be so remarkable if we use in the first position of your speech in any public session. So when we have going to public session, we must use the maiden speech. So what does it mean by maiden speech? Let's look. Okay, maiden speech means the first speech. The first speech. So we all know that what is first speech. First is speech. প্রথম বক্তব্য. প্রথম বক্তব্য. প্রথম বক্তব্য. প্রথম বক্তব্য. Maiden speech, first. Maiden speech, first speech. অর্থাৎ first speech means প্রথম বক্তব্য. Maiden speech, first speech. First speech means প্রথম বক্তব্য. অর্থাৎ maiden speech means first speech. So when we have any meeting with our friends, colleagues, just we have to go to and we have to perform our speech. In the speech that we must say, in my maiden speech, I am going to talk about this important thing. Just in this way, we can use this maiden speech, with this phrase, like maiden speech. So your language will be remarkable and will be acceptable by your teacher, by your friends, and who will be very glad to hear your speech in the first position when you will use these types of phrase like maiden speech. Maiden speech. So instead of first speech, or instead of in the outset, at the outset, instead of at the beginning, instead of at the first, instead of at first, these types of word, without these types of words, we must use maiden speech. Suppose I have gone to a desk for giving a speech in front of the audience. Just I have to say, in the maiden speech, I'm going to talk about most important thing. Okay, so maiden speech, the introduction of your speech, the first introduction of your speech. Maiden speech is a introduction of your speech. So it is used in first position. Okay, the next phrase is no love lost. No love lost. No love lost. What does it mean by no love lost? So no love lost means having no harmony. Having no harmony. So we must know what is harmony, what is having. So no love lost means having no harmony. Having no harmony. Having no harmony. অর্থাৎ মিলেমিশে না থাকা. So no love lost is মিলেমিশে না থাকা. So মিলেমিশে না থাকা, the word no love lost is to be used in many cases, in many languages, when it is required highly when you speak in English. So we, instead of this phrase, we are using a lot of words to express our thoughts, feelings in front of the public session. So instead of these words, we must use no love lost. First of all, I can say that you all are quarrelsome and you are always quarreling with one another. So it is called no love lost. It is called no love lost. This way you can express your feelings. Okay, no love lost means having no harmony, অর্থাৎ মিলেমিশে না থাকা. So no love lost is a great, it's a matter of great sorrow, it's a matter of great fact for the downfall in next life. So uh, no love lost is recorded in many many ways, in many situations that we use in our language, no love lost. But someone who are not introduced with this phrase no love lost. So today you must memorize and listen carefully and write these types of phrases in the exercise book, and must practice by memorizing these types of phrases. But if you memorize first these phrases and then we have to make sentence with this by these phrases, then your language will be active and your language will be so movable for learning English. Okay, thank you.